I always knew, but actually that I could name it, I was probably like 12. With female characters, with girls, like in media, I always had this like, you know, it's not that I am attracted to someone or something in the sense that I want to be with them. It's more like I want to be them. So that's kind of how finally it clicked for me. Even though I knew some like 15 years ago or whatever, it was a slow way of me, like first when I was like, yeah, let's say 12, naming it for myself, but then to accepting it, being able to freely express it, that was like another thing. I was throughout like school years in the closet, but still very much a girl. But it was perceived by the society as me being a cis gay guy, and that came with other problems for me. And yeah, that was just another thing. But then when I was around like 15, I found friends that I could trust and that were also queer and I could talk to freely, and to whom I came out. And yeah, afterwards it was, you know, a different sort of like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, because like coming out to my parents and this turning out to be a just big disaster, of them kindly asking me to leave the house when I was 18, yeah, and then me being on my own with everything, me taking care on my own of transition, of like diagnosing myself, because like in Poland it's not in any way, shape or form covered by the insurance. You have to pay for it. Yeah, I managed to have the diagnosis made. I got my first medications, the HRT, when I was, I think, somewhere between 19 and 20. And yeah, for the longest time I was really kind of beating myself up that I didn't do it earlier. Like I was always, I always had these thoughts that, oh yeah, if I did it, for example, illegally, then I could have started earlier and maybe I would have looked more like a cis woman and stuff. Femininity for me means just to be myself and to be free, I suppose, in the sense that it's just part of me the same way I'm Polish, or I'm naturally blonde or whatever. Like this is just, yeah, it is, and it's not something that like defines me on like the core level, in the sense that it's my only identity. Like I feel like sometimes people, they see us as just like this, as like trans woman is what we are and there is nothing else behind it. It's just like what, like we are just like working 24/7 just to be woman. Day to day I don't really pay much attention to me being trans. It's just, yeah, I am feminine, I am a woman or whatever, and that's just how it is. when I am perceived like, I don't know, the 90% of the time as a woman, then I just feel safe because, but in Poland, when you are in any way different, it's bad, but when you are like gender-wise different, or like sexuality-wise different, then that's the like problem. And yeah, I started to be more out in the middle of the right-wing propaganda boom in Poland. Walking down the street and people spitting on me, or like just insulting me to my face. It was just scary to walk around the city, or like to be in the public transport, because I knew that if something happened, probably no one would help. Even though I'm not like 100%, you know, just looking how to be more feminine, or like how to do perfect makeup or something, I'm still like influenced by it in the way that, I don't know, I would, for example, like sometimes, especially in the summer, to just cut my hair and just let my skin breathe. But it's always like in the back of my mind, okay, what if when I cut my hair, what if then, like, what happens then? Like, if, will I be still perceived as a woman, or like, will I be, or is it like the thing that change things for my passing, right? Maybe not right now, but in the past I was kind of hesitant to go to the gym, to do sports, because like, what if I have muscles afterwards, and like, what if this is perceived as something that, yeah, that's clocking me as a trans woman because of the, for example, prejudice in the sports as well right now. Last summer we went for a wedding with my girlfriend. I just wanted to, yeah, look feminine, or like glamorous, or whatever you want to call it. So like, I asked a friend to do a makeup for me, and I was wearing like rather, yeah, feminine, or like stereotypically feminine clothes, which is also a hassle to find because yeah, I'm almost 2 meters tall, and I'm not the most petite person in the world. What changed is, I think, as the way that like I understand on personal level, like how women are treated. I have heard from people, I have read statistics, what society does to people, but at the same time, you know, it's not on this personal level of me experiencing it. Like, this is again like the problem with timeline. Like, when did I become a woman in society, right? Because did I become woman inside of the society when I was 12, when I discovered it for myself, or when I was 15, when I shared it with friends and I started to just express myself, or maybe when I changed my my ID and my name, like officially in the documents, I was always a trans woman. I would say to everyone who is questioning, just like especially if you have resources, just go to the doctor. Like it doesn't, if on your way throughout the process you are like, oh yeah, I'm not trans, actually I'm just cis, but I was questioning, it's fine. Like, question your identity. It's not a thing that when you start you have to like go to the finish line. Or maybe like you thought you were trans, just like a binary trans person, but then you discovered, oh yeah, there are more options. I am non-binary. I don't want hormones. I just want to transition socially. It's a very long process and you can stop it at any way. Let them explore, because it doesn't hurt anyone.